So let's talk about like the fact that some of the issues dating or being with a woman that's older. See, because there's also a lot of issues there. Like from my experience or even in general, when you date a woman that's older, you also have to be conscious that you're dealing with a woman that has experience. And what comes with experience is going to become a lot of also, she's going to be challenged. She's going to challenge a lot of issues. So for instance, like if you're dating a girl that's older, she's already been through relationships, obviously that didn't work. Now, not all people, when you deal with relationships and you have experience, you also start bringing in baggage. What I mean by baggage is also like if you have bad traumas, you tend to bring those traumas with you.
Yes.
Because most women don't let those go. So you end up judging the next man based on what the previous man did, which shouldn't be the case. It should be a clean slate. See, if you're dealing with a younger woman, she doesn't have all the baggage and all the experiences that come with that, and she might be easier to deal with versus an older one, like, nah, you're going to do this to me, or this happened, you're going to do this. And there's a lot of that gets dragged. I know because I've dealt with it. It gets dragged into your relationship, which is not fair, because if I'm coming in good faith and I want to do what's right, and then you still have fear that I might be doing something bad, then you're not even judging me correctly because you're judging me by what negativities that I might bring to you based on your past trauma dealing with men.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's another fallacy in itself, that it is what it is. It's human nature because it's a survival thing. Well, this happened to me the last 4 men, and you happen to be a man. So the practicality that's going to happen again is high. So now I have to have my guard up. But what does that create? It creates tension in the relationship versus me dealing with a younger girl that doesn't have all those hunted past. You should say as words, hunted past, it's hunted. That they should be able to bring that stuff onto me because therefore her relationships and experiences are low. So there you got to pick and choose. I mean, in one hand, it could be good. In another hand, it could be very bad in a relationship. I look at a woman that's older. What can you experience with her? She's already done this. She's already been this. She's already had sex. She's already probably traveled. She might have her own place. She might have her own home. You can't, how do you experience this woman? This is just my opinion. How do you experience a woman that's older, that's been through a lot of things?
Right.
That you can do with a younger woman. If I had to pick between the two.
Right.
And I'm a competent man with high income, just to throw that in there. Why would I want to get an older woman?
Right. Right. No, exactly. The only thing I could see is a man in that type of situation is who's not he's not young at heart anymore. He's older he's older at heart with just a young age. I mean, because 30s is young. 30s is young. I mean, you talk to older people, you tell them, hey, I'm 30s, whatever. They're like, oh man, oh my God, you're young, man.
Yeah.
I mean, because we work in very professional areas, different areas. You tell a man that you're 30 something, he would say, man, well, I would kill to be your age again.
Yeah,
so it's
100%.
young. Yeah, so it's stupid young. So to be, for example, in your 30s as a man and to engage in a relationship where you're looking for dating and you're dating a woman who's in her 30s, obviously it kind of says a lot about you as a man, and it's different for every man, but we're generalizing. Yeah. We're going to generalize. We're not going to get anecdotal. We're going to generalize. So generally, a man like that, a lot of different things. One is he could have a little bit of Stockholm. And well, then somebody might say, well, how does he have Stockholm if he's not in a relationship? Well, he has Stockholm because the different vicissitudes of dating nowadays has caused him trauma, to which he kind of now shoots lower than higher. Okay, so he's dealing with a young woman who, and remember, everything is a take and pull. So at this point, he might say, okay, I'll sacrifice beauty. I'll sacrifice age. I'll sacrifice beauty, age, submissiveness, agreeableness, and I'll sacrifice it for maybe income, stability. And what might come with that might be she might be non-agreeable. She might be aggressive. I'll deal with it. As long as maybe she can, and then what will I do as a result of that? Maybe I'll be less assertive, less non-agreeable. I'll be less non-agreeable and be more cooperative to her. So in a sense, you are push and pulling at the same time, because you aren't being there. I see it hard to go into that being without sacrificing, because I don't see generally highly successful, highly conscientious men, non-agreeable, high-end executives being in a situation like that with a non-agreeable alpha A-type female of the same age that comes with different traumatic pathological personality traits.
Because those men have options.
Because the amount of options that man has is generally unlimited. Right, so that man particularly might be average at best, and he's choosing an average at best, but it's not going to be a top tier high level guy in that particular situation choosing a young lady of that stature, because women again date sideways and upward. They're hypergamous. So you just might be her sideways. That's all.